Kind of edging up to it, what do you think of RFK? Can he get anything done? First of all, what do you think about his agenda as he's laid it out? Do you think that that would be effective? And then two, do you think he can do those things if they would do any good?
I mean, it depends. This is a troubling one, because anybody who's ever done something, they take them out. You think of Gaddafi, you think of even when JFK was in there, you think of Jackson, you think of Lincoln, they take people out. They don't really let people kind of keep moving forward. So,
Yeah.
maybe there will be things where they get rid of the flu shot or something that changes. But to me, there's so much riding on, okay, like for example, 1933, FDR comes out and says abundance is a burden. We need commodities. And commodities are price fluctuations on crops so that we can have a balanced economy. Well, let's just say, just to make it simple, RFK goes after the farms and is like, okay, we're going to do all this. Well, that's part of that economy. It's hard for every single part of what they're trying to do to keep it afloat at the amount of money that's being spent. It's really difficult. I just personally, I mean, the more I've started to look into all the people who talk against these systems, they always get taken out or they end up in a car accident or they fall off a building. So you can say it, but I don't know. My skies are still getting sprayed, in Arizona. I still see the stuff and whatever else. So, until something falls out of the sky and magically fixes everything, then I'll kind of hold my breath,
But
not
what he has laid out would be helpful. You agree his plan?
Yeah, I could agree that being healthy is very important.
Yeah,
I
I mean
definitely am
obviously
all
that,
for that.
but he's talking about real reform, especially in the area of
Here's
vaccine
what I see Trump. Here's what Trump
injury.
does. This is his game plan, and it's two for you, one for him.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. It's like
And
Mel Gibson's like filmography. It's like
it's how he does it, dude. It's like, hey, I'm gonna audit all these awful things. I'm gonna get us out of the Paris Climate Accord. I'm gonna get us out of the WHO. I'm gonna get us out of the CDC. Okay, and in turn, you let me take Gaza, and I'm against that. Okay, we're gonna audit the IRS. We're gonna demand tariffs on all these people that are taking cheap labor and fucking. For that, we're gonna put troops into Ukraine. I'm not saying it's right. I'm against both of those wholeheartedly. But that seems to be his game. Two for you, one for me.
the question is which one of those is for him. You know what I mean? Like which 'cause
Gaza seems like, dude, he wants to put a giant
yeah,
statue up in the middle of Gaza.
it's
I mean,
like
the guy's an insane guy.
because
But
the
let
way he
me tell
talks
you
about like
something.
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
When you go to the Bush death cult, which has been pretty much everybody since Reagan, a minimum of Reagan. I mean, we can get into when George Bush was the CIA director. If anyone in the presidency was allowed to do anything outside of his uh, decisions, but Trump seems to be a different crime organization, a different uh, a different mob group, and
Gerald Ford too. You could probably count Ford in there too because they worked together at the CIA.
Gerald Ford.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they had a
Gerald Ford
relationship.
was a CIA guy. That's why he was
That's what I'm saying.
installed.
They had you could take that back one even past Reagan is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah,
Ford
yeah, yeah.
probably.
So that's that. He's just a different crime organization, and he might. I would tell you, the two for you, one for me is way better than anything we got from Biden
Yeah,
or
that's
got
true.
from fucking Obama or Clinton or George Bush Sr.
Yeah.
or Reagan or any of that bullshit.
Yes.
Like, I'm not. Listen, dude. People want to say people. There's retards in this town of Los Angeles that think I'm a conservative. I am not. I'm a common sense nihilist. Okay, that's who I am. I believe in no politicians, but I can take a step out going, auditing this USID is great. USAID, auditing that is great. Cutting that funding out, great. They've been talking about how the Democrats keep trying to have these protests and no one showing up because they can't pay anybody to be there. It was all astroturfed. It's all bullshit.